Welcome back. This is episode 28 of the Provenance Marketing Show. I'm your host, Ryan Jennings, and this is the show where we talk about what New Zealanders have been producing, their art they've been making, or anything that gets sent into us. But before I get on to the products, I want to talk about what we've been up to over the last few days. Just got back from Auckland, a conference up there called Go Global. It's an exporters conference, and there was a couple of things I picked up on that I thought you would like to hear about, particularly on the trade front. There was a panel hosted by Nadine Chalmers-Ross, where Catherine Graham and Stephanie Honey were doing some Q&A along with Nadine about what the trade situation is. One of the things I took away from that is that churn and dislocation is a theme with trade at the moment, either into the US and the EU.
A period of churn in our region for quite some time to come, dislocation of quite well-established trade patterns and supply chains, which will inevitably have an impact on our markets too. So I think overall the picture is rather a challenging one. But, you know, I'm optimistic. We've got a room full of absolutely fantastic, innovative, creative, smart people here.
MFAT, or Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, has a good program of work to actually grow the number of free trade agreements that New Zealand has. Currently, that's at 67% of New Zealand's export trade. Their work program is aiming to get that up to an astonishing 81%. And what that means, if there's no trade barriers, is New Zealand business owners can export products without paying a tariff to get it into the other country. Because we're only a country of 5 million people, there's a whole world of consumers out there for us to potentially sell products to. While we were up in Auckland, we also went and visited Glenn Jones. Glenn Jones Art, and he's actually the designer behind all of these. He's got these calendars here. This is for the 2020 year, seeing that the new decade is less than 90 days away. You know, how fast did the last decade go? That's them on the back there. That's Glenn on the right, and Julia, his wife, on the left. I like his art. He's evolved what New Zealand, the pastiche or the patina of what New Zealand can do, taking some very old classic themes like these jet planes here, and turning them into counting cards.
The jet planes, for example. So where did the inspiration come from for that particular piece of art?
Yeah, so I mean, with jet planes, this was really one of our first, and I guess this tells the story of my thinking behind the whole business. It's about taking recognisable kind of Kiwi culture, something like a jet plane that we all understand those lollies, but putting it in a way that possibly I felt hadn't been seen before. We sort of understand the playfulness of them, but maybe trying to make reality out of that formation flying. And sort of that almost set the rule for the way I looked at the Kiwiana art, but with my own spin. So I tried to take everyday New Zealand culture, but do something new or original from my point of view with it.
There's a ton of different things where he just thinks a little bit differently about stuff. Here's some crayons, which have all of the names of the colours in Te Reo. So Kowhai is yellow, Kikorangi is blue. Who doesn't remember that? I mean, that's a highlight of my childhood. Getting up on the clothesline and using it as a playground. Very cool. Classic jelly tip ice block. Last one to give away there. Bird feathers. Kiwis love our birds. That's a whole nation of bird feathers. So very nice. Glenn does some great work. The thing he does slightly differently to everybody else is makes it affordable and easy to access. If you go to his website, which is glenjonesart.com, you can buy all of this for like $40, $50. It's not a lot to get started. So when you're thinking about gifting for other people, there's a ton of stuff on his site. On to a couple of other products we've got here. Here's one I got sent in. This is someone that was looking at on Instagram, Mushroom House. They do oyster mushroom crispy chips. And myself and another guy in the office, we've actually just been eating a few of these. They're really good. I mean, of course they're good though, because they're fried in sunflower oil. I don't know if you can see in there. And that gives it a bit of its flavour, like a crunch. That's delicious. These guys are based locally in Plymouth, Wellington. It says proudly Kiwi made on it, but there's no license, which means they can't put the New Zealand made Kiwi trademark on it yet. So comment below if you think these guys should become a license holder. Their mushrooms are of course grown in New Zealand. The next one up is Bootleg Jerky. Now this is a company founded by Ash Razmi. Finally they've got their packaging done, and on the back is the New Zealand made Kiwi. His products, of course, they've got different flavors. So that's the OG, meaning the original. I've got this one here, which is the Hot Shot, super chili. I've got another one here called the Manuka Yaki, which is the Manuka honey. And then last here is sweet and spicy beef, the sweet heat. What's unique about his beef jerky is there's no preservatives, there's no MSG, there is no additives. So you're getting a pretty healthy product. It's 100% New Zealand grass-fed beef. Yum, yum. It's also something that they hand slice, they hand cut, and then they hand pack. So this is, as artisan as you're going to get. But yeah, this is a nice little snack you can have if you're out in the hills, out camping, if you're watching a sports match, or you just want something that's healthy straight after you've been to the gym and you want to get your protein shot. So well done, Ash, for getting that out and finally to market. If you want to buy it, go to bootlegjerky.co.nz. So those are the main products for this week. Before we finish the show, let's go to see what's been happening on the questions.
Hi, I am looking to add some more registered products to our company. Is there additional costing/limit to the amount of products that can be added?
No, there isn't. It is a company license and it covers you for every product that you make in New Zealand.
Hi, can both the NZ made and NZ grown labels both go on a label?
Both NZ made and NZ grown can go on one product. You can use both. New Zealand grown must be 100% grown here, so that has a higher threshold than New Zealand made, but you can use both.
I'm fairly new to this, just wondering how do we properly apply the Kiwi trademark? Are we allowed to add the trademark into our business brand logo?
You can add the Kiwi trademark to what you make. What you can't do is change it or manipulate the words New Zealand made or the Kiwi and put them in a different place or order. So you can put it alongside your logo, but you can't make it part of your logo. That's a clear distinction.
Hi there, we are chocolatiers. Given we import the base ingredient, would this exclude us? Our manufacturing locally is time consuming and technical and less industrial. Does this count?
It's going to depend what your raw ingredients are. So, with chocolate, you want to see that the manufacturing process is going on here, which is certainly the case with you. I'd also want to dig in a little bit more about what ingredients you've got, what's being imported, what comes from New Zealand. So that's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe at youtube.com/BuyNZMade. And if you're listening on the podcast, make sure you subscribe. If you're on Apple Podcasts, search for the Provenance Marketing Show or just go to provenance.marketing. All of the audio episodes are there so you can listen without having to watch. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next week for more of the same but with different products and having been to different places. Thanks for watching. See you next week.